say, hey guys, Kevin Call here, aka Coseg Kev. This will be my 4th of July episode, hence why I'm dressed like this.
I didn't get the memo.
I was going to take a crash shirt from your flare pile over there, but catching up with longtime friend and client Matt Ebert. We've known each other close to 10 years, so I've done a lot of work with him. And I'll do a brief intro on Matt, and he can tell you a little bit about Crash, but you've been Crash champions how long?
Yeah, started in business in 99, rebranded as Crash in 2014. So that's when I started growing it. Had bought out my partner in the one shop, started growing it, so rebranded for growth in 2014.
That was, what was it called before Crash? Just
Yeah, the first shop was in New Lenox, Illinois, so New Lenox Auto Body. It was real creative, the name. Definitely not scalable, right? Yeah. Outside of that town, so that's why the effort to rebrand it.
We're keeping it light. I go back real far when I was getting into Coseg and kind of had one foot in, one out. I was a union carpenter 11 years. People know that story for a long time. And I technically met Matt doing some ceiling work, acoustical ceiling work for him at one of his first collision centers through a mutual friend, Rick Gonzalez. Did Rick do these ceilings?
No, he didn't do these. These are, the building has, this is a rented office space, right? So the building had some say in the contract. Rick did a lot of them, though.
He did, and I did too, believe it or not. So we were doing, one day I was at the one you opened, again, I think it's Central or Long and Montrose Long.
Belmont and Long.
Belmont and Long.
Yeah.
And I had a suit on because I went to a Coseg meeting.
Yep.
And then I came in. I didn't know who he was quite yet, but I was putting in acoustical ceiling tiles with a suit on.
You were.
And I don't know if you remember, but you asked me, Rick, anyone who came in, you asked customers about the logos. Do you remember that? You had 5 logos. I
remember doing all kinds of surveys
on
a
thing.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think I did pick this one. I don't know. I don't want to bullshit either, but it's a good one. It got picked. So
yeah.
Keeping it light. I didn't know if you knew this. So my first client ever in cost segregation was Neil Gerber Collision Glass. Did you know that?
Oh, really? No, I didn't.
Yeah. So I just thought it'd be funny to bring up because now you're the collision center.
But that's the first one, huh?
That was my first one ever. Yeah. And then looking at, a handful, and then guess what? They got bought by private equity, and the PE group goes, nice knowing you, kid. We do cost seg.
Oh, really?
For the corporate offices.
Okay.
So it seems to be the trend, right?
That's right. Huh.
So I thought I'd bring that up just because, I know you guys went on a tear. Do you want to go into a little bit, I guess, about Crash? You bought your partner out. How many do you have now? And kind of just a brief about that journey because it happened pretty fast, I'd say.
Yeah, sure. When I met you, I was, doing it on my own and grew in, from 2014, the 1 to 2 locations, and then got to 11. I was 2019. I had 3 locations I wanted to acquire to go from 8 to 11. And that's when I entertained, I kind of maxed out the SBA, so I talked to an investment banker in Chicago, and I was looking for some mezzanine debt. And they encouraged me, to be open-minded, look at private equity too, and ended up kind of having all those conversations, looking at all the options, and I did end up going the private equity route.
Yeah.
So that kind of really sparked the growth, being a lot more rapid. So we're 650 locations today. So, in the course of 4 or 5 years, they grew from 11 shops to 650.
50? Are you the largest?
No, I'm the third largest
really?
in the U.S. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I was just assuming.
So Gerber is a little bit bigger than us. Location-wise, revenue-wise in the U.S. we might be about the same, but location-wise, and they've got some in Canada too. And then Calvert's the biggest. They're 3 times our size.
I never even heard of those ones. Well, if you want, I'll hook you up with Gerber. I'll get a nice fee on the acquisition or merger. So one other thing, no joke, I had as a fact. So with the private equity stuff, I know we talked about it too, and I know Chris, our mutual CPA, he's a great firm, Woodjicky Moreau, does both our personal taxes and my business taxes. But I think he made an intro to Peakstone, right?
Yeah.
So on that, and then they introduce you to the other group we don't need to mention, but my biggest commission check of all time was not through a cost seg, it was through the referral of the group you did the deal with.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Good for you.
So
Good for you.
I don't mind saying it was multiple 6 figures, and then the thing I laughed, I split with Chris, we split it. We joke, we go, what if we rolled that in with your guys' stuff? What would it be worth today? And don't tell me, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I want to know. What do you think it'd be worth? Let's say it was
whatever it was, it would have been worth probably 6 times that.
Oh, it'd be over $1 million.
Yeah.
I wish you would have told me, son of a bitch.
Yeah. That's funny.
That was another thing. It was another thing I had down here. So, very cool background, super simple stuff. We're keeping it light on a Friday. We met. Do you remember the story when we met your original tax guy and I had to pitch him cost seg?
Yeah, that accountant he was tough. Like,
he was tough on me too, yeah.
I don't think he had much social skills, right? Like,
no.
I don't know. He'd be everything the stereotype of an old accountant probably would be.
Yeah, but he wasn't that old. That was the thing. But essentially, I think he thought there was cost segregation was a scam. I really do.
Oh, yeah?
I thought
he never told me that. I just think
that's good.
It looked like work to him, I think, is what it was.
I think so, too, which, come on, though. At the end of the day, I think I don't think I said it. Maybe you said it or I emailed you or something, but you were the one paying the tax, right? So It's on you, so.
Yeah, it was just time to move on from accountant-wise anyway. I mean, he was great for like when I was really, 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 really small. But once I started growing, it was time to move on.
Yeah, no, that worked out. I was happy to introduce you to Chris too. I don't know how many studies we've done. I know it's over 30. It's been great working with you. Your take on cost seg, did you find it beneficial? Believe it or not, I still meet people today who own $250 million in real estate who haven't heard of it. So,
oh, really?
do you find that odd? Isn't it
very
crazy?
odd? Yeah.
I know. But you didn't know either. I mean, I guess I didn't know either till I fell into it. But
yeah, I mean, look, like the 2 things you can't avoid are death and taxes, and so the further you can kick either one of them down the road, I think the better off life is. So, the cost seg is definitely a way to reduce your immediate taxes, and that's, to me, really what the whole game of it is.
Yeah, time value of money. And another fun fact, so nothing certain but death and taxes. I could help defer one of them. I ended up trademarking last year.
Oh, did you? Congrats.
So now I got to use it on my business cards, all my websites, because I didn't know how trademarks work, not to pivot, but you got to use it or it's like going to lose it. Nothing certain but death and taxes. I couldn't trademark. They called it it's like I piggybacked on that. Okay. So the phrase is technically mine. It's pretty cool.
So you had to include the second kind of sentence in it, and then it was trademarkable.
This isn't the term they use, but think of it like a bolt-on. I bolted on my thing to theirs, but theirs sets up mine.
Gotcha.
Or vice versa. So that's funny you said that. I mean, everyone says that. So in the spirit of being fun and being July 4th, personal stuff, what are you going to do July 4th? What do you got going on?
We always have friends, family over, shoot some fireworks off, which has the show's gotten pretty big. I got an 8-year-old that I think he was 6 at the time. Like he'll go with me to pick him up, and then you're buying the biggest, baddest fireworks you can think of, and he's on the other side taunting me, "Do the big one now, Dad." And like they are the big ones, like it's as big as they get. But
they're the biggest ones. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But him chanting that made me feel like, what the heck? They're not good enough. It's just kind of funny.
That's kids, man. That's kids. With the Pod Crash, when did you start that? That's pretty cool. So I've watched a few. You have some big names on that. I guess.
Yeah, it's just starting actually.
Okay.
So I think like within the last month is when we released it. It's all been an evolution of just communicating. So as the company's gotten bigger, we're 10,500 employees north of that now. So I wanted a way to communicate with everybody because otherwise it's a game of telephone through the management team and nobody wants to read a newsletter. And so the video stuff is something we've been doing. Started with kind of an internal kind of broadcasting thought, and then a little bit because we can't afford to mass advertise our brand, just for brand awareness, was we could leverage a personal brand if we started to do some work online with it. And so from there evolved the podcast. So
gosh, it's cool. I saw one of the Sharks, one of your previews, Damon John. That's awesome. And then you guys just talk about, I like your line, you're championing, because, I was a blue collar guy. I never went to college. Yeah. Union carpenter, 11 years. So I love everything you're doing from that standpoint.
Same with me. Didn't go to college at all.
Yeah. So, and you can imagine in my prospecting, I meet more and more very successful people who are like, I have a guy, I didn't even go to high school. So
really?
Sell their company for $200 million, you know? So you don't have to do it. You've heard from both of us, even though your net worth's probably 500 mine, but
never know.
You never know. Yeah. I have a handful of clients, your stature, so to speak, that I wanted people to see. It's not like, I'm not just working with Joe who bought his first Airbnb. It's bigger groups, which, I'm kind of going to start marketing like a corporate family office CASA guy as opposed to just the new, new building owners. So yeah, with that, that'll be the segue there, but I'll go into, we'll talk a little bit about 100% bonus depreciation. Good news for you, Matt, that will be coming back, so we're told again, and that's just for the audience. 100% bonus depreciation is when someone purchases a property and we segregate certain parts and pieces of a building. So for example, $1 million property, let's say we segregate 20% of it, and put it that 20% of components into shorter lives. That'd represent $200,000 of depreciation. You'd get the $200,000 up front in the year you did the study. So we're hoping that comes back.
Yeah, that's great news if that comes back.
Yes. So it is in the big, beautiful bill. It's just they're redlining stuff left and right. And so we think it'll come back. Our firm, CSI, got acquired by private equity too.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So now they made us a specialty tax platform. That's the buzzword, platform. So it's now we do cost seg, these things called 179D energy efficiency tax studies.
Knew about those.
You did? Okay. You ever do any of those?
No.
Okay. We may look into that with you together. It's the same thing as a cost seg. Let us run numbers. We'll tell you if it'll work.
Yep.
And then they partnered with this group, Green Zip Tape. It is the only IRS-approved, 100% congressionally backed drywall tape. Okay? Ready?
I was going to say, what does drywall tape have to do with?
I know, it's crazy.
With
right?
that.
So this has been out since 2008. Remove, reuse, relocate. That's the pitch. So any wall that uses this tape, we have developers like CBRE. It's done 150 projects with this. Heinz, very large developer. The past 12 years of uses. It's been out since 08. Okay, this guy went to Congress and everything, fought for this. His name is Frank Little. We have IRS private letter rulings, everything. So now we have a partnership with this group through CSSI. So I'm going to a lot of developers. If they use this on any of their non-structural walls, it'll turn the drywall itself, the paint, the studs, any conduit going through the studs, any plumbing piping going through the studs, into 5-year assets. The reason being is it's the only drywall tape. The IRS tested every single one on the market. When you peel it off, it doesn't damage the drywall whatsoever. So the IRS themselves, not CSI, said, wow, now it's removable. Anything, a movable wall is called a partition wall. Partition walls get 5-year treatment.
Oh, really?
So we are going to very large developers, and we're basically saying, hey, if you use this tape, we get 2 to 3 times your depreciation expense. And it's true. So I wanted to say that's our sponsor today. Check that out.
So for new construction.
Yes, yeah. And so here's what's cool too, actually, if you guys are building some of these, they'll go as small as like Bank of America has done a bunch of these with us. So a bank branch. Some of your collision centers are way bigger than a bank branch.
So did he build it just for that, or why else would you need to ever remove drywall?
It was a green. There's a green reason, so you could see reduce landfill. Landfill.
Yeah, but
waste.
nobody's gonna.
I know.
I mean,
man.
I don't want to.
No.
This you got to turn off the camera, but nobody's going to like reuse drywall tape.
So this is the funniest thing.
Have they ever really?
It doesn't matter the fact you can't. So here's a group that did. Here's a group that did. I know. No, and see, I like this. I like having the open thing. I was talking with a huge group in Oak Brook.
Yeah.
I'll hint to the name, but they go, yeah. So, but we don't want to move the walls, and that's not the point. You want more depreciation expense? Throw this on the wall, and you get it.
I get that.
You get that.
I meant from the concept of inventing.
Oh
it.
yeah.
Did he have the whole tax benefit in mind? Is that why he invented it?
No.
Because he really invented it for like people reusing drywall tape.
Yeah. So he says, right? So that's Frank Little. He's an architect, AA guy. So it was more so though a green thing. Green, like meaning green
Yes, I get
to
that.
reduce landfill waste. So a claim to fame they have, now we're partnered with them, but it wasn't a project I worked on or CSSI, but they did an 88-story building for BP, oil and gas.
Okay.
Years down the line, they had a big layoff or hiring spree, one or the other. Layoff or hiring spree, they reconfigured all their offices. So they said 75% of the drywall was reused. Again, does that make it like...
Really?
Yeah, so there's some interesting stuff, but I'm glad we got your actual reaction live. That's what I wanted, you see? So it's pretty cool stuff. We'll be pitching this more and more and more, and I'll have some success stories here. I got a few developers using it now, so when you see my stuff creep up, I'll probably be wearing this on my shirt. I'm going to be pushing this hard, so something cool to look into. But great to catch up with you. Honestly, I probably haven't seen you in 2 years, maybe longer.
Yeah.
So my daughter's
Talked on the phone, but in person, it's been a while.
It has. But always good to catch up. Congrats. I wish I put my referral check from your PE deal in, and I'd be better off than I am today. But
Catch every opportunity.
If something opens up, tell me though.
All right. Sure will.
You're the man.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, cool.